Guys, what is up? It's your boy Beast here. Welcome back to some more Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle stuff. Now this match here is actually against a guy by the name of SP Madao, and this happens to be a tournament match against this guy. Now, if you guys didn't know, I'm actually in this tournament hosted by Arcina and Mega Keldeo. It's a pretty cool thing actually. They're hosting a team tournament where you get to join one of these teams, and then you're playing a specific tier. Now I happen to join Team Error 404, and I'm actually playing NU. Hands down, NU is my favorite tier, so I wanted to play it, and I got to play it, which is nice. Now I'm facing this guy from Team Smug on Blacklist, and he's obviously the NU tier player of that team. And by the way, go check out SP Madao after this battle because he's got like 20 or 30 subs, and I think he deserves a little bit more. But anyways, looking at this guy's team, I see that it has a Leopard on his team. That is a big threat against my team because I do not have any fighting types or bug types on my team that can handle it. I do, however, have a Licky with the ability Own Tempo, which means I can absorb pretty much any swagger or anything else, and that way I can boost my attack and just dominate everything on his team. No, not really, but Licky doesn't have the best attack in the world. It's not really an offensive variant either, so I guess it could work if he gives me like a swagger or something, but yeah, that's pretty much the only way I can handle his Leopard, because otherwise that thing is just gonna be a pain. And his Golurk is also a problem because the only thing that I have to properly handle it is my Cacturne, but unfortunately I realized it's a little bit too late, and that kind of screwed me over in the battle. I do also have my own Golurk, but he could win a speed tie or something, and then that way he could just Shadow Punch me and perhaps take him out of there in one shot. I don't know, but he also does have a Swallow, which might be a problem if he manages to get rid of my rocks with his tentacle, because I do see that he does have a tentacle on his team, and I'm guessing that's for rapid spinning away rocks. And I see that he's got a Electros. That's not as big of a problem really, because I do have my Zangoose, which could potentially handle it. It's got Toxic Orb, so it should be able to take it out of there with perhaps a Facade after Stealth Rock's damage. So yeah, it's really not a big problem either. I do have a Swallow and a Zangoose and a Golurk, which can handle it easily. Golurk, I think it has Drain Punch or Dynamic Punch. I'm not quite sure, but either one of those, and his Tentacle, not a big problem either, to be honest. It doesn't have that great of offensive stats, so it shouldn't be too difficult to handle. And it's pretty bulky with the Eviolite though, but I'm sure I can handle it with something like Golurk or something. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and start the battle, shall we? So one thing that I kind of forgot to mention is that I'm only using one special attacker on this team, that being my Musharna, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like special attackers are a lot easier to wall than physical attackers, to be honest, because you got Licky in NU, which is a big special defensive wall. And I feel like with something like a Zangoose, it can easily break through a physically defensive wall, normal type that is, such as Miltank. But for example, a Camerupt with Hidden Power Fighting, it cannot break through something like a Licky because it has incredible special defense. And again, Hidden Power Fighting only has a 70 base move or 70 base power, and not a lot of pokes in NU can actually learn Focus Blast. So that's another thing. I feel like specially defensive Pokemon are a little bit difficult to break through, or a little bit more difficult to break through than physical ones. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get into the battle. Now, I've got my Cacturne in there. I did have my Golurk in there as well. I believe I did set up the rocks earlier, and I make a pretty big misplay right here with this Cacturne. I stay in and try to go for the Swords Dance as he's gonna go for a sub. And then I try to Sucker Punch him for some dumbass reason. I don't know why I did that. And then he just goes for an Encore, and I'm just like, God damn it. And my dumbass does not switch out of there either. I mean, why am I staying in there? This is the only counter I have against his Golurk. Why am I not doing anything with this thing? Why am I staying in? I was just too afraid of this thing. I was paranoid at this point, and I didn't do stuff about it. I should have just sent him my Licky right away, because I knew I can handle it with Own Tempo and stuff. So he decided to go ahead and go for the Swagger on me, and I still don't switch out like a dumbass, and I'm just gonna hit myself in the face. I've got +4 attack right now, and I mean, I'm just gonna kill myself with this recoil damage right here. I don't know, I'm just gonna slap myself in the face and I'll kill myself pretty much. It's pretty much suicide, and That was pretty stupid right there. I lost the only counter against his Golurk, and now his Golurk is a huge threat. I realize now how stupid I was, and that this thing did have the own tempo ability, but for some reason this guy forgot that I did have the own tempo, and it starts to kind of go in my favor right here, because I do get an attack boost right here, and I do have the own tempo, so I didn't get confused, which is nice. And I break his sub with the body slam, and I was hoping that I would potentially kill him off with the body slam, because I am at +2, so I figured I'd probably be able to take him out of there. But he stays in. I believe he tries to go for the foul play or something, or maybe another sub or encore. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I guess for the foul play, it's not going to do a whole lot to me because this thing's attack's kind of rubbish, I think. So I just go for the body slam. I'm looking at the damage dropping, and I'm hoping that I could take it out of there, but unfortunately he lives with like a smidgen, and that's not too good at all. It looks like he's gonna be able to live one more stealth rock damage. I don't know, but he's gonna be able to switch in one more time at least, and he's gonna go and switch out of there. Enters dead giant. This was an obvious play. I should have switched out of there right here into my Zangoose right here, because I could have easily got my Toxic Orb activated and hit that thing in the fucking face with a Night Slash, but unfortunately my dumbass did not decide to do that. Now, gonna go for the Protect, as I believe he's gonna go for a Drain Punch or Earthquake. Yeah, Earthquake. That's what he's gonna go for. I'm thinking that this guy does not have. Well, actually, he's trying to overprotect. So I'm not quite sure if this guy does not have any fighting moves yet. But I'm gonna switch out of there into my own Golurk, and I think what he's gonna do is gonna go for another Earthquake or something. I don't know, but it's gonna do quite a lot to my. No, never mind. He's gonna go for Stone Edge, but still, it's gonna do like nothing to me because obviously I do resist it, but. What I'm going to do, I believe I'm going to go for a Shadow Punch, but he's going to switch because he knows that his Golurk is a huge threat against my team, and he really doesn't want to risk anything. Oh, never mind. He's going to go for Shadow Punch, win the speed tie, unfortunately. False alarm. He's going to be able to take me out of there with the Shadow Punch, which is kind of stupid because now both of my counters against his Golurk are gone, and I can't do shit at this point. I do have one last thing that I could potentially use. I should have switched out into my Zangoose, to be honest. That was a stupid play right there. Stupid play. That would have been a much better play to just send a Zangoose and try to handle it. But I tried to go for a Night Slash right here with this thing, and it's obviously got to take out his, what's it called? His Leopard, because he's at like 1 HP, so it's obviously got to take it out of there. This was a really risky play right here because he could have easily stayed in and just went for maybe a dynamic punch or something. I don't know, but he's gonna stay in and he's gonna center in his what's it called? God, can't even remember. What's it called? Cradily. That's what it's called. He's gonna center his Cradily, and I'm gonna go and center my Schlaps or my Licky because I know I can wall it, and he's gonna go for a Energy Ball, and it's not gonna do much at all to me because I'm especially defensive. So I think I'm actually gonna go for a Body Slam this turn, thinking he's gonna switch out of there because it really doesn't matter that he's gonna go for a Toxic because I don't know. I don't actually have a Toxic on my own, so that kind of sucks because that leaves him vulnerable for stall. But well, that leaves me vulnerable for stall rather. But fortunately, he doesn't have Toxic either, so that's great because that means that there will be no stall wars at least. But go for a Body Slam, get the Para Hex, but I was thinking I would be able to take it out of there with another Body Slam, but I realized Stealth Rock's damage was involved, and I cannot 2-hit KO that thing with a Body Slam. So, actually, now that I think about it, the Body Slam did a hell of a lot because I'm not really offensive in any way, but still I did quite a lot to 3-hit KO on that thing, even after Stealth Rocks. So, yeah, or even without Stealth Rocks rather. But yeah, I'm gonna go and switch out of there into my Musharna this turn, thinking he's gonna switch out again into his Golurk or something. Actually, this was a terrible play. Well, no, not really, because I really didn't need my Musharna anyways, and I just wanted to get as much damage as possible on his Golurk. But what I probably should have done is I should have sent him my Zangoose or something, so this was kind of a bad play, I guess, but I made a lot of bad plays on this game, holy shit. But so you're gonna go for a Rock Polish this turn, as I just go for the Psychic because all I really wanted was just this thing to die, really. And I just go for a Psychic, and it's gonna do quite a lot of damage, actually. Holy shit, that did did a lot more than I thought it would, because this thing is not really invested too much into special attack, because this is actually a calm mining variant. You're supposed to, you know, set up the special attack sets and stuff, but he's just gonna go for the shadow punch. I do take it quite nicely, actually, and after the life orb damage, I'm actually gonna be able to take it out of there with the psychic, so that was pretty good right there. His Golurk is gone, his biggest threat is gone. Two of his biggest threats on his team are now gone, and I do have a chance. I do have a chance right here, because two of his biggest threats are gone. Like I said, he does have this thing though, which I mean, it does have levitate and stuff, but to be honest, I can just go in and set on my Zangus and do a lot of damage on him. But he did rapid spin away the rock, so that's gonna be a pain, because I mean, he's probably gonna be able to live like one facade. So I decided I'm just gonna go and set on this thing, maybe get some damage out with the bodice and perhaps a Parahax, and he's gonna make a really weird and risky play right here. He's gonna go ahead and send in. Well, no, never mind. I was mixing this up with a part later on. He's gonna fodder at his tentacle right here, and I'm not quite sure what he's gonna do next. Actually, I think he's gonna go into set on his. Yeah, he's gonna set on his Electros again. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the body slammer. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get as much damage as possible on his what's it called? Electros. God, I keep forgetting names in the rush, but I just wanted to get as much damage as possible on him with the body slam. But he's gonna go and switch out of there. This was what I was talking about right here. He's gonna go and sit on his Swallow and take this body slam, and unfortunately for him, that's gonna paralyze him. So he can't really outspeed stuff on my team now, because he's paralyzed and stuff, and I can easily outspeed him with something else. But I go for second body slam, obviously, because I can, and I'm just gonna take advantage of that Parahax, and he's just gonna go and go for the Brave Bird. What he probably should have done is just shoot him in for the facade, because he does still have the guts boost, because Parahax is a status. So Brave Bird is still gonna take him out of there though, but Recoil is gonna kick in and take him out of there. So I make a terrible switch right here and send in my Zangus, not realizing how stupid I am. I should have just realized that a close combat will not kill it, because that thing is probably bulky or some shit, but go for the close combat anyways, and it turns out that it's physically defensive, because had it been specially defensive, there's no way we could have taken that. But I mean, this thing is max attack adamant with the toxic boost and stuff, but it still doesn't take it out of there, which is pretty impressive. And I realize how stupid I was right here, because I mean, he's gonna die to the next move, but I do get quite a lot of stat drops from that close combat, and I will not live another toxic recoil. So I mean, I'm just gonna have to take this thing out of here, and my next Pokemon is, or my last Pokemon is my Swallow, and his last is his Electros, so I cannot handle his Electros with my Swallow. I should have done the opposite and sent my Swallow instead and got as much damage as possible on his creatively with my Swallow, taking that thing out of there with the Zangus, and then potentially beat his God, I forget that name so often. Electros, potentially taking out his Electros with the facade. I don't know, but he's gonna go to center in his Electros this turn, and I'm just gonna go for the Brave Bird. I don't know why I go for the Brave Bird, because it's not very effective, obviously, but I go for the, or he's gonna go for the Thunderbolt and take him out of there. So yeah, that was a good game. SP Madao. I lost the first round, but it's still cool though, because my team won the rest of the game, so it's still cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if you did, and I will see you guys later. Peace.